Okay, so good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
All right, how are you all?
Fine, sir.
Okay, good. So let's make this class little interactive, right? So you are the students. I know you have little hesitation, but please remove your hesitation and please allow yourself to unmute and allow yourself to speak because at the end of the day, you guys will be sit in interviews and you will join interviews meeting as well, like discussion round will be there, HR round will be there are lots of call will come to you. Okay, so means your participation is really important. Okay, so these classes is not only for like knowledge, it is on this is also for participation. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? See, I also have hesitation, it is not like I don't feel hesitation. Me also feel hesitation a lot when it comes to unmute, it comes to speak publicly. So it is common thing. Okay, it is common for all, it is not like this is uh, only your sphere, it is not like that, this is common for everyone. Okay, but in case of me, it was it was uh, see, it was like a phobia for me to speak, but I removed somehow, so that's why I'm trying to motivate you guys. Please try to unmute, right? Mamta, Reshma and Nitish, are you understanding my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What about Reshma?
Yes, sir.
Okay, otherwise, see, if you are not able to speak, see, so if there is some background or something, okay, so it is not mandatory to unmute, but you can interact with messages also. Okay, it's not like mandatory thing, but this is my suggestion from my side. Like we should allow ourselves to unmute. Okay, so all right, so let's start the class now. Let me share the screen. Okay, so I think it is visible to all.
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
All right, that's great. Okay, so in last class, we have discussed about what is language. Okay, what is language? What is translator? What is the working of translator? We have discussed. We discussed about types of translator. Okay, so I will tell you once again. Don't worry. Okay, if you joined class from today onwards, so don't worry at all. So we discussed about what is source code. We discussed about what is multi-paradigm. Okay, I will tell you once again if you don't know. What is library? Okay, I will tell you this. Why we use library? Okay, and how interpreter execute code, right? And what is high level code and what is low level code? Okay, so let me give you one line answer for each. See, so what is a language? Language could be a programming language or general speaking language, maybe Hindi, English, Chinese, or Telugu, whatever. Okay, and language could be a programming language. So whatever languages we speak or whatever languages understand by the humans, that language known as high level language. Are you understanding? The easily understandable language by the human is known as high level language. So what is a language? Language is a mediator between you and your machine. Okay, it allow communication between you and machine using or programming language, via programming language. Okay, so what is language? It is a medium to interact with your system. Understood, guys? What is language?
It's a mediator between user and the system.
Yes. Okay, so see, computer understand which language? Computer understand which language? Binary language. And we
Low
understand,
level.
yes, low level. And we understand which language? High level language. Okay, suppose me, I am from Uttar Pradesh. So we people understand generally Hindi, right? But in Telangana, people speak Telugu. So we cannot understand Telugu directly. So in this case, we required one translator. Okay, because the communication medium is not same. When communication medium is not same, so we require translator, right? Because computer understand which language, low level language or machine language, but as a human we understand high level language, right? So that's why we required translator. And translators are two types. One is compiler and the second one is
Compiler,
interpreter.
interpreter.
Yes. So types of translator means two. And there is one more translator which is assembler. One more translator is what? Assembler, which translate assembly language code. I will tell you what is assembly, and we already discussed in previous class. Okay. So assembly language is also an example of low level language. See, now let me give you one example. Let me just quickly take my pen. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so see, for example, this is our computer. So this computer understand which language? Machine language. Okay, computer understand machine language, which is nothing but binary. Okay, which is nothing but binary, right? So whatever we are writing, for example, I am writing here 2 plus 3. Okay, so computer will not understand your this expression. Okay, this is what high language expression. We humans can understand it easily, but computer cannot. So computer will translate it into what? Binary. Computer translate it into binary because this is written in high level language. So computer convert it into binary. It will convert 2 into binary. It will convert plus into binary and 3 into binary. Then it will perform the calculation. Okay, so means each and everything will be converted into what? 0101. Now there is another low level language. Okay, we understood like 0101 is a low level language. Okay, but there is another low level language which is assembly language. Okay, assembly language. Okay, so assembly language, in assembly language what we write? We write mnemonics. Okay, so what is the mnemonics? So what happens? We write like two, and like mnemonics are something like for example we are writing add. Okay, and we are writing subtract. So these are what? Mnemonics. So where these types of mnemonics converted by the translator, and that translator is known as assembler. Okay, what we call this? A translator? Assembler. Okay, so it convert assembly language code into binary code. Okay, so assembly is also a low level language, but still it computer cannot understand it directly. Okay, but it is low level, but computer cannot understand it directly. Okay, what is the mean of high level? See, this is for example, this is like a programmer, and this is machine. This is machine. If a language near to the programmer, okay, if a language, okay, some language is there. If a language is near to the programmer, near to the programmer means programmer can easily understand that language. So that such languages are known as high level languages. The programmer can understand that language easily. Okay, so that is known as high level languages. And all the high level languages are nothing but simple English. Okay, all high level languages are in simple English. Suppose if a language is near to the computer, if a language near to the computer, that language, such languages we know, we call that low level language. So example of low level languages are what? For example, binary language. Okay, for example, assembly language. So these are what? Low level language which is near to the computer, near to the machine can easily understand these languages. Okay, but high level languages understand easily by the programmer. Okay, so this is the basic discussion. Why I am doing this discussion? Because before going to the actual code, before directly jump into the Python, we should establish our base, right? Okay, so let's discuss another question now. Just let me close it once. Okay, So, can anyone tell me what is source code? We have discussed yesterday, not yesterday, but in last class. Can anyone tell what do you understand by source code?
Program written in high level language.
Okay, the high level language code is known as source code. Okay, so programmer writes source code. The code written by the programmer in high level language is simply known as source code. Getting everyone? Okay, so that
So
is known
it's
as
like a human instruction also. So it's a human instruction that mainly
Mhm.
program creates to build a computer program like that.
Right. For example, if you are writing code in C language, right? So what you are writing? You are
Hmm.
writing program. Can I say you are writing source code? So I can say because your C language code is source code, example of source code. Your Java code is example of source code. Source code means any high level language code is known as source code. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, what is multi-paradigm? Okay, so we understood, we know like Python is multi-paradigm. What is the mean of paradigm? Paradigm means set of rules and regulation for writing the program. And multi-paradigm means a language is capable to write different types of softwares or applications. So we will say this language have multi-paradigm feature. Multi-paradigm means you can create like desktop application, web application, mobile application, IoT application, right? Centralized application and many applications. Okay, and we can say AI ML related application. If a language is capable to do this kind of things, this kind of software, if a language can design, so we will say that language is what multi-paradigm means. It follow different paradigms. Okay, see, paradigms are like we have like POP, procedural oriented programming, where we create functions. Okay, and we have MOP. We have another paradigm which is MOP. MOP is nothing but modular oriented programming. Okay, and what? And we have another which is OOPS. I think you guys will be familiar with this, object oriented programming paradigm. So these are not languages. These are not languages. These are what rules to write the program. Okay, so Python follow many languages rules to write the program. It follows procedure. It is not like you can only write object oriented code. Procedural oriented code also you can write in Python. Modular oriented code also you can write. Okay, means you can import and export the modules in Python, and you can write objects also. Okay, object concept you can also implement. Okay, so are you understanding guys what is the mean of multi paradigm? Multi paradigm means it serve multiple softwares or multiple application it can design, and it follow multi programming's rules, multiple languages rules, right? Now the question is the very common question asked by the interviewer, which is what is library? Do you guys know what is library? Anyone?
Which stores set of predefined functions.
Okay, which store predefined function. Okay, so library help us to write pre-written, like library help us to use pre-written code. Okay, so for example I'm creating one library. Okay, for example library name is what? Mamta.lib. Okay, so this is a library created by Mamta. Okay, so Mamta will write like their useful function in this library, so that whenever she will work, for example, she created one library for designing web application. She created a different library for what? For mobile application. So whenever she will work on mobile related projects like Android related projects, so she will use Android related library where she already written functions. Okay, so we can say a library contain pre-written code. Okay, you don't need to rewrite the code. Okay, so if you want to reuse the code, so you will create the library. So library is nothing but which contain pre-written code. Okay, so for example React. Okay, so React is what? One library. So React design what? Component, UI components. Okay, so it is a library. So whenever you will work on like for example, if you want to set up routing, if you want to create forms, so you will use other libraries. Okay, other libraries, because a library is not responsible to create complete application. A library cannot create a complete application, so that's why we use other libraries to create complete application. So how we can create our complete application from scratch? So there is a term called framework. So if you will see framework provide libraries as well as development environment. Okay, we can say framework is what? A complete solution to create any application, right? So what are the frameworks provided by the Python? So there is a framework called Django, okay, which is used to design backend or web application in Python. And there is one more framework provided by the Python, which is Flask, right? So these are the frameworks. Okay, and libraries is what? Which provide like pre-written code, okay, in order to fulfill the requirement. Why we use library? So I hope you guys know now. Library means we can use, for example, I want to calculate factorial. So in order to calculate the factorial, I will not use what? I will not use like factorial. I can import the math library. For example, see here, let me open. This is nothing but this is my, see how we open this, let me show you. So in simply in command you have to write, you have to search what? Terminal. So when you open the terminal, here we have to write Python. So Python REPL will start. This is what? Python REPL, or we call it chevron prompt. Okay, I will tell you about the installation part as well, so don't worry. So for example, if I will import here math, so math is what? One library. Math is one library. Okay, so it can calculate the factorial. Okay, so for example, I want to calculate the factorial, so I will not write complete code to calculate the factorial. I will use the pre-written code. So there is a function called factorial. I will use this, and like for example, I have to calculate the factorial of 3, so it will give the factorial of 3. So what is the 3 factorial? 6, right? Math dot factorial. Okay, and for example 5, so it will give the factorial of 5, right? And there are other libraries as well. Let me show you one more example of a library. Okay, so for example, as you can see here, we have calendar library. Okay, calendar library. So you have to write just this line after importing the library. You have to just write calendar dot month. Okay, and you have to mention year and the month. So it will display you the calendar. So this calendar is coming because lots of code is written behind this calendar library, right? It is not like just we are using this function. We are using which function? Month function we are using. Are we created this month function? We haven't created this month function, but we are using it because it is there in calendar library. So how to use it? We can write here. Okay, let me. Okay, I'm writing here Python, and what I will do, I will import the library. Okay, whenever you want to use any library, so you have to import that library by writing import keyword. Okay, so library imported successfully if there is no error. Are you understanding, guys? Listening to me, everyone?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, nice, nice.
Yes, sir.
So yes, so can you please tell me what should I write? What is the function is there in calendar library? What's the name of that function?
Month
Yes,
and
yes, yes. So see, month method is available in calendar library. So first I will write the calendar library name. Okay, and so inside the calendar library, so I will call which function, which method? Math, I mean month method, month, month. Okay, here we have to give two arguments. One is year. We have to give year. Year is like 2000. 24, and the month. Okay, for example 5th. Okay, so it will display me the month. Okay, respective month it will display. So it is giving me May month. Okay, so are we written this code to display this month? No, no, we didn't write any line of code. We are just using this function. Okay, this function we are using, which is written inside what? Calendar library. Okay, same you can also create one library for your use. Okay, and you can import that library. Okay, so I'm just giving you a simple example. What is library? Actually, it contains pre-written code that we can use. Okay, and there is one more library. Let me show you one more library. Okay, we will discuss that library later, otherwise you will be confused. So let's come back to our discussion. Okay, so library, I hope you guys already know what is library now. How interpreter execute our code. So as we discussed in our previous class, interpreter execute our code line by line. Okay, so how it execute line by line, let me show you. Okay, so this is what our translator. Okay, and what is the name of our translator? Our translator name is interpreter. Okay, so interpreter has four functionality. First one is it will read the line. It will read one line. It will verify the syntax of one line. Okay, means are you written the correct code or not? Okay, after verified, it will start translating your first line. Okay, and it will execute the line. Then it will fetch the second line. If second line successfully fetched, then it will verify the syntax. If syntax verified successfully, then it will translate. Okay, if any step there is any error while verifying the syntax, it will not translate your code. It will not translate your line. Okay, so this is the mean of interpreter. This is the mean of line by line. So how interpreter execute code? Line by line. Okay, what is high level code? Can anyone tell me what is high level code?
Human language.
Sorry. Okay, some background. I think echo is coming. Okay, yeah, I'm getting. You can give reply in chat also, no problem. Okay, so what is high level code? Please give reply in chat if possible.
Sir, are designed to be read by human programmers like that.
Okay, okay, all right. Anyone? Any more definition? More clear definition can anyone give? Mamta, Reshma?
Sir, which can easily understand by the humans
Okay, which can
rather than
easily.
machines.
Right, right, right. We can say it is near to the human. Okay, any other clear definition? More clear definition?
So it's more user friendly and intuitive for humans to write and understand.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, okay. So you all are correct. You guys all are correct. So simply high level means the program we are written in high level language. Just high level language means you can say simple english which can understand by the human easily. That is correct, absolutely correct. And low level languages are which is little difficult to understand, not little, like much difficult to understand by the human. Okay, because of low language is difficult, that's why we came with the concept of high level languages. Okay, so you can write 2 3 lines of code in low level language, no problem. But we have to design big softwares. We have to design softwares for banking industry. We have to design software for other industries as well. And for that kind of softwares we require lots of code. So lots of code we cannot write in the form of 0101 or numerics. Okay, so low level languages are what? Assembly and binary. So 2 3 lines are okay, we can write, but huge software we cannot write, so it is difficult. Okay, in this case, this low level language is difficult. That's why we come with the concept of high level language, and we come with the concept of translators, okay, or compilers. Okay, translators are different. Like translator are like compiler, interpreter, assembler. Okay, so that's the reason we required translation. Okay, low level languages are what? Which is near to the machine. Okay, machine can easily understand. Okay, if machine can easily understand means it will execute fast. So low level language code execute fast. Okay, so that is true. Like if machine can understand, machine can execute it fast, but it is difficult to understand. Okay, sometime where execution like execution speed is required. So in this case we go to the low level languages. We write code in low level languages like assembly or other languages we choose when speed is concerned. When like quality code is concerned, quality software is concerned, then we use what? High level language code. Okay, so don't go in so much depth. Okay, otherwise you will feel bored, and I don't want to make you bored anymore. Okay, so let's play just a simple quiz based on these questions. Okay, whatever questions we have discussed. So this is a simple quiz for you guys. Okay, so I hope it is visible to all. Is it? Please confirm, guys.
It's visible, sir.
Okay, so can anyone give me the answer of this question? What is the role
Mediator.
of a programming language? So the correct answer is what? Mediator. Okay, yeah, very nice.
Mediator.
Okay, the second question is what does a translator do?
Converts language.
Converts the
Yes,
languages.
we can say it convert high level language into low level language, or low level language into high level language, because machine will also respond, no? So machine will respond in which language? Low level language. So it will convert vice versa. Okay, so the simple answer is converts languages. Okay, very nice. Okay, types of translator.
Interpreter compiler.
Yes, so interpreter and compiler is types of translator. Okay, so that is correct. Okay, what is a high level language code?
Source program.
Okay, a source program is what? High level language code, or we can say a source program written in high level language.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the correct answer?
Source program.
Yes, so the correct answer is source program. Next.
Programming language.
Okay, obviously Python is what? A programming language.
Programming.
Python is what? A programming language. Okay, and we can say more specifically, we can say it is a high level language, high level programming language. Okay, we can say more specifically, it is multi paradigm high level language. Multi paradigm means other types of softwares it can create. Okay, different kind of software it can create, and like we can say it can serve different purposes.
Okay, sir.
All right. Okay, so the correct answer is programming language. Okay, very nice. Okay, what is Python? Why is Python general purpose? What's the answer of this?
Any software
Any software
can.
can develop.
Okay, general purpose means any software it can develop. So now we can more specifically can say Python is a general purpose, high level, multi-paradigm programming language. Can we say like this now?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you know
Yes, sir.
meaning of each word now. All right. Okay. Python is described as
Multi-paradigm.
Multi-paradigm.
yes, multi-paradigm. Okay. What is paradigm? Do you know what is paradigm?
Set of instructions.
It is not really true. We can say like it is a rules and regulation for writing the program. Okay, so for example, when you are writing English, you will follow which paradigm, which uh, rules you will follow, grammar rules you will follow. Okay, so grammar is what paradigm for writing English. Okay, when you will write Telugu, you will follow the Telugu paradigm, which is rules, set of rules for writing program. So Python is a language which can follow. For example, I will build one language. I will create one language which can follow your Telugu rules, your English rules, your Chinese rules as well. So that is a multi paradigm. Okay, such language follow multi paradigm. So we can say Python is on multi paradigm because it follow rules for other paradigms also, like pop, procedural oriented, like mob, modular oriented, like o OOP means object oriented programming paradigm also it follow. So paradigm is not a language. Are you understanding? Programming is not a, I mean paradigm is not a language. It is a procedure. I mean it is a way to write the program, or it is a rules and regulation for writing program. Are you clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very nice. Okay, what do you need for Python project? Can you create project? So whenever you will create
Library.
Python project, so what you required?
Libraries.
Python libraries. If you will not use library, then will you not able to create the projects?
It
We
becomes a
can, but
process.
it's difficult.
Yeah, it will be difficult because everything you will write from the scratch. Okay, for example, in last example, we were using one calendar library. We are importing one method which is month. If we will not use calendar library, means we need to design the complete code for the calendar from the scratch. So it will take lots of time. So that's the reason we we import the library for common features and we build the new features so that we can optimize our time. So library, with the help of support of libraries, okay, so we can create projects easily. Okay, so a very easy question, what is a library?
Predefined code.
Okay, so it contains predefined code. Yes, very nice. Why use Python libraries? Why use Python libraries?
Reduce efficiency.
It reduce efficiency.
So to add the
Then
functionalities.
we should not use Python library if it is reduce efficiency. We want more efficiency, right? We don't want
Hmm.
to reduce it. Getting
Yes,
right?
sir.
We want to add more functionalities in our projects. Okay, but see, we want to add the functionalities, but we don't want to write the code for those functionalities. And in this situation, we will use library. Okay, and if you are using, so for example, you are creating the code and a senior developer creating a code. So which code will take less time complexity and less memory? Definitely a senior developer code. So whatever Python libraries are there designed by the senior developers. So that's why if possible we use libraries so that our efficiency can increase. Okay, because we in libraries we have optimized code, right? Very much optimized code which takes less time and less memory. So using library makes our program very efficient. Hope you are getting, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so that's all about this quiz. Okay, let's come back to our discussion now. Okay, here is. Okay, so we discussed about these. We discussed all these 10 questions, right? So let's continue our lecture from here. Okay, so Python was conceived in late 1980s. Okay, by Guido van Rossum. Okay, so there is a thing. If somebody asks you when Python conceived, so you can say in 1980s. But when Python released, so it released at 1991. Okay, let me show you here on Google when Python developed. Okay, for example, I'm asking it. So what it is saying, Guido van Rossum began developing Python in late 1980s and first released in 1991. Okay, for example, you are writing government exam where Python is asked, and there is a question when Python released. So what you will write? You should write 1991. Okay, but you should know when it conceived. So you will write when it is asking when it conceived. So you should write 1980s. Okay, first version released in 1991. Okay, I hope this point is clear. So who has created this such an amazing language? This person. What is the name of this person? Guido van Rossum. This person name is Guido van Rossum. Okay, so Python was conceived in the late 1980s by Guido van Rossum at Centrum Wiskunde and Informatica. The short form is CWI. Okay, in the Netherlands as a successor of ABC programming language. So Python is a successor of which language? ABC programming language. Okay, just for knowledge you should know this. Okay, otherwise you don't need to remember this because this is not very much useful, but you should know at least. Python history. Python language is implemented or developed in C language. Okay, Python language is developed by taking features from various programming languages. That's why what we say Python is what? Multi-paradigm, because many programming features it has contain. Okay, Python has many programming languages features. That's why we say what we say multi-paradigm. Okay, so Python doesn't mean here snake symbol. Okay, Python doesn't means snake. Okay, Python means so from where Python name taken? So Python name is taken from a comedy series called Monty Python's Flying Circus. So Guido and Rossum was fan of this comedy series. So from that series, he has taken the name of Python. Okay, so Python name taken from where? Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay, this is the thumbnail of that series. Okay, understood. It is not taken from the Python, right? Okay. Okay, so Python versions. See, Python has two things. Python has two things. One is major version and we have minor version. So these are what major version of Python. Python 1, Python 2 and Python 3. These are what Python major version. See, Python 1 is outdated. No company and no projects are build not any projects are developing in this Python 1 and Python 2, but people like many companies are developing projects in Python 3, which is new release, and we will discuss this Python 3. Okay, in our training course we will discuss new features of Python. Okay, we will learn this new release version. Okay, versions are nothing but changes within Python language or software. Python comes in three versions: Python 1, Python 2, Python 3. So Python 1, Python 2, Python 3 are what? Can anyone tell me?
Major.
Okay, these are what? Major release. Okay, so what about the minor release? Let me tell you what is the mean of minor. So have you seen like Python 1.2.1 or something like Python 3.2 12.6? So when you are writing point, Okay, 1.6. So after point. Okay, so that is what minor release. Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, so these are what major. Okay, and these are what minor. Okay, Python 1.0, this is what minor version. Okay, and Python 1.1 is what minor version. Okay, and Python 2 is major. So see, if you have Python version 1.1, so it can execute the code of Python 1.0, right? If you have Python 1.3, so it can execute the code of Python 1.2, 1.1 and 1.0, but your Python 1.3 cannot execute the code of Python 2 because major versions are not compatible to each other. Okay, it is not like if you know Python 1 and you can write code in Python 2 also, or you are writing code in Python 2, so your Python 1 can understand. It cannot understand. There is no compatibility between major versions, major releases. But if we talk about minors, so minors are compatible to each other. Are you understanding what I'm saying? See, Python comes in three versions: Python 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3 are called major released or versions of Python language. There is no compatibility between major versions. Okay, but there is a compatibility between minor versions. Okay, so Python 1 is completely different to Python 2. Okay, Python 2 is completely different than Python 3. Okay, but there is a similarity between minors. Okay, Python 1.0 is somehow similar to Python 1.1. Okay, same for here. 2.0 is somehow similar to 2.1. 3.0 is somehow similar to 3.1. Okay, but 2.0 is not anymore similar to 3.0. Okay, because this is what major. Okay, and currently we are using which version? Python 3.12. Okay, and Python 3.13 released recently. Okay, right? So these are the versions I talked about. So here what I talked about, major release and minor release. So can you please distinguish difference between major and minor? Anyone?
In major release, there is no compatibility. Means they are different from each other. In minor, they are somewhat related to each other.
Yes, very nice. Exactly. Okay, so who developed Python language?
Guido van Rossum.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. And Python conceived when?
1980s.
Okay, when it has released first version of Python?
1981.
1991.
Yes, it's
1981.
1991. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Okay, what is multi-paradigm?
Which can uh, do projects in
English.
major segments. It could be AML or web development in major forms like that.
Okay, can anyone more specifically tell the answer?
Which can use other programming languages also
Okay, anyone
for
else?
developing.
Reshma?
For so we can implement the languages in different resources. Like it could be implementing in AML or any different resources like that.
Yes, yes. But whatever you are saying, I'm completely agree with you. You want to say like with Python we can create multi types of softwares. It can serve multiple purposes. I think you want to say this. But paradigm is something like set of rules, we can say, set of rules and regulation for writing the program. That is also true. That is also true. But you can add this also, and you can add this also. Paradigm means like you can give examples of paradigms like object oriented paradigm. Okay, a modular oriented paradigm, procedural oriented paradigm. Okay, so when you will tell to the interviewer, he will happy. Okay, but you will explain it little bit more, so he will understand like you are the person who have good knowledge or depth knowledge. Okay, so whatever you are saying, you are correct, but you can include this, right? Okay, very nice. Okay, Python 1 and Python 2 are outdated and not used by the software companies. Software companies currently using which version? Python 3. Okay, there is compatibility between minor versions, okay, like 3.1 and 3.2, but there is no compatibility between major versions, right? Okay, now the question is, what is PEP? PEP stand for Python Enhancement Proposal. Okay, so what is the mean of this, and like, so what is this actually? So this is nothing but it is a technical document. What do you mean by the technical document? See, whenever there is, why changes happens in programming languages, why we are switching to Python 1.0 to 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3, why we are switching?
when
Because yeah, tell me.
when extra functions are added to the header files.
Right. You are correct. But see, there is not only for adding new features. It is also about the security. Okay, whenever you get update on your Android and you update your Android, but there is no such features updated. So what happens? Sometimes they enhance the security. Okay, they enhance the bugs. Okay, they remove the bugs from the operating system or from the softwares. Okay, and sometimes they also add new features, that is also true. So PEP, what, for example, you are the developer, you are right, you are using Python language from 2 years or 3 years. Now you have good command on Python, so you can clearly see Python language have some bugs. Okay, and you want to report these bugs, or you want like Python language should have these features to make it more robust, to make it more strong. So what you will do in this case, you cannot directly write the mail to the Python organization. What you will do in this case, you will write PEP. So PEP, what? Python Enhancement Proposal. PEP stand for Python Enhancement Proposal. It is a technical document which consists of changes done within Python language. So see, you will write the PEP. Okay, so you will write the PEP, and your PEP will have some unique number. Okay, PEP like 693. Okay, so what will happen? Whatever changes you will claim to do in Python, so it will read by the many developers team. Okay, once they will feel like these changes are genuine and these bugs are genuine, then they will update the Python language. When they update the Python language, they will release one minor version. Okay, they will release the minor version which is like 1.3.13. Okay, this is another version. Okay, so previously someone released this, someone written this PEP 664 at the time of 3.11. Okay, so after updating it, they released one more minor version of Python which is 3.12, 3.12. Okay, and this, and later someone written like this PEP. So hope you are understanding what is PEP. It is a technical document. If you want to report the bugs, if you want to report the some features, okay, if you want some advancement in this language, because Python is what? Open source. What do you mean by open source? Open source means you can contribute. So in order to enhancement of Python, you can contribute your skills. Okay, right? So whenever you will contribute or whenever you will report any bug, so you will write PEP. Okay, PEP nothing but Python Enhancement Proposal. Getting everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very nice. Okay, Python features. Once we will cover these little bit theory, means you will get some base. We will definitely write so many programs. So don't feel like sir is telling only theory. There is no program. It is not like that. I'm telling you, you guys will write 500 programs at least. Okay, so 500 programs, you can understand how many programs you are going to write. So don't feel like you will not write programs. You will write so many programs. Okay, and definitely you will write. Okay, I will be there, but you will write the programs. Okay, so that's why I say this is not just a student and teacher class. It is our community. Okay, I'm not creating a student and teacher class. I'm creating the communities where we guys can help each other in order to write code or in order to solve the problems. Okay, whether it is competitive problems or whether it is DSA problem. Okay, if you will use one mind, so one mind is capable to solve limited things. But when we will think as a developer and we will sit with our community, so means we can handle so many problems. Okay, so it is not just a classes, this is developers communities as well, right? And you will know how it is. Okay, so okay, let's understand the Python features. Python features are nothing but facilities provided by Python language, okay, to software developers. Okay, Python features are nothing but facilities. Okay, if a language providing some facilities to the developers, that is not known as features, or we can say facilities provided by the Python. So what are the facilities Python can provide to the developers, to the programmers? Okay, so see, so these are the facilities provided by the Python. Okay, but in detail we will discuss tomorrow, but let me tell you one by one what is this facility. See, the very first facility is Python is easy or simple. Okay, see, whenever you will write your which code, C language code, Java code, or whatever code you will write, simple print. In order to simply print, you will write lots of I mean 3 or 4 lines of code, or maybe you will import library and all. But in Python, just you will write what, print and hello, single quote and close the parenthesis, and this is what one line you can write in order to print hello. And this one line you can write, I mean this 2 lines you can write in order to print the calendar. So are you understanding the simplicity? And print is what, print is not a binary language, this is a human understandable language. Okay, easily what we are saying here, we are saying print, what, print this string. What is the string? Hello string, so print it. Here what we are saying, import calendar, this is what, simple English, na, simple English. And what we are using, print. What we have to print, inside, go inside the calendar and you will find one month, and inside the month just pass year and pass the month, and it will display the calendar. So is it simple or not? Yes everyone, is it simple or not? Easy or
Yes, sir.
simple?
Yes, sir.
But it is not actually simple.
Simple.
It is not actually simple.
In
The
Python
syntax is
only we
simple.
need to use single columns.
Sorry, could you please repeat once? Come again.
Python we need in Python we need to use only single columns every time. We not, or
See,
we can use double columns also.
see, this is the complete concept, complete topic. Okay, later we will discuss. But let me tell you, we can use in Python double quotes. Okay, we can use in Python triple single quote. Okay, we can use in Python triple double quotes, right? So these many we can use, single quotes, double quotes, single triple quotes. Okay, triple double quotes. So these things we can use. Are you understanding? But I will tell you the difference. There is a difference between each. Okay, so Python is what, multi-paradigm. So it is not like it has its own feature, but other languages features it also has. That's why Python is popular nowadays. Why Python is popular? Because it has multi-paradigm. Multi-paradigm means other languages rules and regulation also it follows. Okay, free and open source, as I said, you can contribute in Python code. Okay, see, let me tell you one thing. Java developers, there is a community of Java developers, so they took the Python source code. Okay, and they customize the Python source code, and they develop one new language from the Python. You know what is the name of that language? That language name is Jython. Because Java developers use Python language in order to enhance the features of Java language. So that was the combination of Java and Python, and they they have given the name to the new language as Jython. Let me show you. It is not like stories I'm telling. It is true. Python. Okay, Java plus Python. Okay, so Java plus Python. Okay, it is not coming. Okay, let me directly write Jython. Okay, see, can you see in Java language, whenever you see Java in coffee cup, some fog comes, some vapor comes, but now what it is coming? Python, a snake is coming. So this is what they took the Python source code. Why they took? Because Python code is what? Open source. Open source means freely available all. So Java developers communities took the Python source code and customized for their own benefit. Okay, they use that code for their own benefit, and they have given the name to this new language as what? Jython. Right? Getting? Okay, large standard libraries we have in Python. Okay, lots of huge library support we have. I will visit you the market where you can explore the libraries of the Python, which is pypi. Okay, Python package index. We will discuss in detail tomorrow. Okay, platform independent. I will tell you why it is platform independent. Dynamic, why it is dynamic, I will tell you tomorrow. These are what we are discussing about features. Portable, what do you mean by portable? I will tell you. High level language, you already know. Portable, okay, once again it's coming, but I will tell you. High level, you already know. Object oriented, I will tell you. Okay, extensible, I will tell you. Embedded and robust, I will tell you in tomorrow's class. So is it enough for today? Is it enough for today, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have any
Yes, sir.
question, guys?
No, sir, it's clear.
All right, so I will tell you one thing. Okay, so if you will maintain the consistency in this class, so definitely you will get a great skills. You will get a good skills within 10 or 20 days. You will realize in yourself. But the thing is, you have to be consistent. If you will not be consistent, then if you will skip the concept, means you will not be able to understand the clearly. You will somehow you will feel like I'm not able to understand this concept well. Why? You miss the class. So please don't miss the class. If it is really urgent, then you can miss the class. Otherwise, don't intentionally don't miss any class. All right, so I hope everyone is clear. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, like, you can leave the meeting now.
Okay, sir.
All right, good night, guys.
Yes, sir.
Bye, all of you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, guys.